Okay, let's go.
So, today's podcast, we're going to be doing it off-site, offshore, off ke mana, ke hulu, ke hilir.
Offshore?
Tak tahu. We're at the Rizq Investment Festival on the 21st of September 2024, today at the Devonaya Institute, and we're shooting our podcast in bits and pieces today. So you'll be meeting lots and lots of people around throughout the whole day as we record different
yes, from a lot
people.
of platforms, a lot of vendors which offers a lot of halal investments. What do you call
Options,
that? Options, yes. Options.
Not options, the derivative, that one haram. Okay, we're talking about the different choices that you have as a Muslim here in Singapore to be able to put your money to work. We've got partners like iFast, we've got partners like Maybank, CGS, Hugo Save. Interestingly enough, Hugo Save, we've got a special partnership with them. So if you'd like to know a little bit more about Hugo Save, drop us a message later on. We are also here representing Financial Alliance Islamic Wealth Advisory. So, FAiWA, yes. Asri is missing somewhere. Dia tengah jalan-jalan. So we'll find you at the next section, next bit.
Yep.
We'll find you later. Okay. Okay, so the first person you want to meet is, hello, apa khabar? Oh, mak pucut. Kau the whole thing moves. I cannot lean this. So yes, you're manning the registration booth. How many people are there today?
I think according to the registration, about like 100 plus.
Aja, I was told it's like 140 something, right?
Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but yeah.
But what kind of people have you seen so far?
A wide array of people, honestly. We found lots of ladies and men, people of different interests and age groups, from someone very young to someone quite mature as well.
When you say very young, how young are we talking about?
I would say early 20s.
That's not young.
It's not young?
That's Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess young to consider investment.
Young to consider investment. So that's the question, folks. How young do you have to be able to say, I'm too young to start investing? Or you said there were some people who are a bit older?
Yeah, there are some people who are a bit more mature.
So mature, how old is too old for investments?
I think there's never too old. I mean, if you're investing for your future, if it's not yours, then it's your children.
Wow, I wanted to say, when you're old, not much of a future left, right? But hey, our children are our future, okay? Do you have children?
No, not yet.
Not yet, okay. Because some people I've met say, my children are my retirement plan.
I think that's not reliable because you don't know where your children's fate is.
Yes, that's not reliable, just like my children. So we'll see you at the next segment.
Salam folks, I'm Asri from Modern Muslim Finance and I'm here with...
I'm Nurul Iman.
And what do you do?
I'm currently an Islamic wealth specialist in Maybank.
Okay, that's good to hear. So what are you doing today at iFSG?
So basically in iFSG, I have a booth with me, I have my team with me, and we would like to actually spread the words on wealth solution for the Muslims, and we'd like to create awareness on Islamic finance.
Okay, that's good. Look out for...
Iman?
From?
From IWM Maybank, Islamic Wealth Management Solutions, yes.
We're here today at Devonaya at iFSG event. Checking out.
Thank you.
So hi, we are here today at the Rizq Investment Festival, and today we have I have with me is
Hafiz.
Hafiz. So Hafiz, what is your role here today?
So my role is I'm a technical advisor for the product, and we build the investment platform for halal, for public and private halal investments. Yeah.
What can our participants today expect from today's event?
So they can have a first-hand Singaporean built halal investment platform.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's focused on their needs, and especially for beginners, it'll be very user-friendly. You have all the investments there, and it's very informative, and also very simple to use. Yeah.
So, this is my brother from another partner. This is Haikal, who is from iFast. He is a consultant, technically. What's your term?
Investment advisor.
Yeah, right, he's an investment advisor. And how do you help people?
we help people to achieve their dreams. Obviously.
That's what my drug dealer said also.
Oh.
Kau mimpi, kau akan dapat.
Okay, we try to walk the client through what is the do's and don'ts when it comes to investing, whether it's rational for them and whether it's out of the way. So we will advise the client accordingly when the market is up and when the market is down. And of course, when the times are bad, like you got retrenched, that is the important part where the advisor really need to come in and adjust the portfolio.
Oh, like sell off everything nak ambil pergi Joli.
Not really.
Krik, dia pun stun. So a little bit of background. So Haikal has been helping clients for over the past 5 years, and he's been with iFast Global. Yes,
Global
iFast
Markets,
Global,
yeah.
Global Markets, specializing here in Singapore. And from my understanding, he helps our community and our clients invest, of course, properly. Of course, invest, inshallah, in the best possible way, but more importantly, Sharia-compliant.
Of course.
So tell us, in your past 5 years, what are some of the biggest mistakes people have made in investing?
People thought when they met with a financial advisor, they think that all the financial advisors are the same. But no, each of us have our own specialty. Okay, we are licensed under MES, so you can check our name on the MES to see
The register of advisors, kan?
Yes, MES representative, whether that advisor or that consultant have the necessary license to advise you.
That's heavy. So, just for those of you who are not sure and don't know, here in Singapore, right, financial advisory is a highly regulated activity. And so, each of us may have the most basic of licenses, which is like 3 or 4.
Yes.
Right? And some of us can have 11, I have 19 different certificates, right? And quite frankly, I think where you're going with this is kadang-kadang we meet people, yes, I am a wealth strategist, I am an investment architect, doctor, do it, right? But I've only been doing this for 6 months and I only got 3 licenses.
Okay.
Have you met people like that?
I met this kind of people like almost every month. Yeah. So most importantly, when you want to plan for your financial journey, it is best for you to find an advisor who is actually well equipped with all the products that is available in Singapore. So when you want to do investment, you must remember that investment is not limited to only unit trust. You need to explore some products like exchange traded funds, stocks, exchange from US, London, Bursa Malaysia, China even. Okay, these are the products that you might want to incorporate into your portfolio with regards to your risk profile.
And that's the thing about risk profile. If you remember in an earlier segment, we talked about risk profile. And so you've mentioned mutual funds, you've mentioned ETFs, you mentioned even stocks. How does all of those things, how do I know if these things are right for me?
Okay, so when you decide to go on board with the company or with the advisor, there is this section that you need to declare your knowledge. We call it the customer knowledge assessment or customer account review. So here we will assess whether the products we have for you suited for you or not.
So those of you who've opened any kind of investment platform, you may have realized you have to answer some questions called the CKA and CAR. Yes, the customer knowledge assessment and client account review. This is just to basically to determine if you understand what you're doing. But what happens if you fail?
What happens when you fail? Unfortunately, you can't have the ability to invest in those specified investment product.
Mampus lah, then the money put is under the bed.
But alternatively, okay, maybe probably alternative to put under the bed is to
Put under your bed.
yes.
Okay, so just because you fail the CAR and the CKA, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
All it means from a regulatory framework is this. You need to talk to a qualified advisor. Like my buddy here, Haikal. So somebody who failed CKA, CAR, they don't know anything. They come to you. How would you help them?
Okay, then I will tell them it's okay even if you fail because it's not the end of the world. Sometimes people make more money through unit trust than the one who do ETF and stocks.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reason they can make that profit from a unit trust is very straightforward. Because we know, statistically speaking, 99% of traders fail to make money, 87% lose money.
Yes.
Confirm plus job. We've seen
Yes.
this study done again and again and again.
Yeah.
And our clients who alhamdulillah have successfully invested with using mutual funds and unit trusts and even ETFs have done so with one very important distinction: proper advice.
Yes.
Yeah? And so speak to a qualified professional. Haikal's got years of experience, we've got years of experience behind us, and we need to sit down with you and talk, tuan, puan, atuk, nenek, cik, encik, brother, sister, panjang, right? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do? By when? Then, people like Haikal, he'll come around, he'll say, okay, based on what you are saying, then you will need these kind of instruments, these kind of products. What about strategy? Do you advise people on strategy?
Yes, there are quite a number of strategy that I lay out to the client, but the most simplest strategy is very difficult to follow.
Put under the bed?
No, let me give you an example. The most simple strategy that we heard of is dollar cost average.
Oh, yeah.
Monthly, right? But in the actual fact, when the market goes down, you will feel scared. So it's not about the strategy, it's about the emotional aspect.
Oh, yeah.
So when you invest, first of all, you must segregate emotional and logical thinking. Okay, it may sound simple, but it's not easy to follow. Yeah, okay. Another one I want to value add to the audience is that you may want to adopt a value averaging strategy, which I use for my clients. Meaning to say, okay, let's say an example, you invest $100 monthly. Alright, for the next 12 months, you already have invested 1,200.
Yes.
Correct? But value averaging is that you don't really need to put every month. Give you an example. In January, you invest $100.
Okay.
Then February, based on dollar cost averaging, you need to put another $100,
Yes.
right? Okay, but for value averaging, when you see the funds or the unit trust goes up by $10, so your new value will be $110
Yes.
as of February.
Yes.
So in February, you don't need to put $100, you only need to put $90. You put lesser, so that $10 you have, you can put under the bed.
I see.
Yeah. But this is more feasible if you have a large amount to invest.
Hang on. I have a question based on that. If it goes up, I invest less. But if it goes down, do I invest more?
No, not really. Continue with the dollar cost average.
So if I start with 100, 100, 100, it goes up to 110, I do 90 because I have a profit of 10. Then if the following month it goes down, say to $90, I still put in 100.
Yeah. Then you see, I mentioned that you have the extra $10,
Yes.
right? You take out and you put back.
Wow, that's a very interesting strategy. Value
Averaging.
averaging. Wow. Those of you who want to find out more, you need to find Haikal. What's your IG handle?
It's me, Haikal.
It's me, Haikal. It's
Not,
you, Haikal?
No, it's me. No, it is me. ISMEE, Haikal.
Haikal.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so that's strategy number 1, value averaging.
Yes.
What's the second one you're mentioning?
That's the most common one is dollar cost averaging. Okay, then the third one is lump sum.
Make it rain, is it?
No, lump sum is you put one time off and then you don't look at the account.
Wish, susah tu.
Yeah,
I put in the money I want to see.
Of course, but lump sum strategy is a bit tedious because when you allocate the money, that you should be eyeballing on the volatility.
Volatility. Tell my listeners what's volatility and how do you manage that?
Okay, volatility is more relatable to the standard deviation. Okay, this is a bit of math. People thought volatility is actually risk, but no. Volatility is about the price swing, the upper limit and the lower limit of the price.
Yes.
Okay, so to keep it simple for you, volatility, when you go into the market where high volatility, it may seem good, but actually it is not good. For low volatility asset class, you may think it's not good, but actually it's good. So this will impact the portfolio diversification. Okay, It's very complex, but I'm willing to share with you if you come and have a coffee with me.
Yeah.
Because it's very lengthy. It's not that I don't want to share, because it's very lengthy and very complex to explain.
Are you going to be running classes on volatility, on value averaging? Are you going to be doing this sometime soon?
Inshallah, I'm looking around first quarter of 2025.
All right. So watch out for this. Find him at ISME
Haikal. Yeah.
It's me, Haikal, on Instagram, where I'm definitely looking forward to your classes. I'll be the first to sign up and attend. And at the back,
I'm just still learning along the way, but whatever knowledge is imparted from my lecturer, from my seniors, I will be more happy to share with you guys.
Alhamdulillah. So for those of you just wondering, Haikal's not single, dah kahwin dah anak. Alhamdulillah. So we'll see you at the next segment.
Yeah.
And speaking of too bad, hey, if you're not here at the Rizq Investment Festival, too bad.
Too bad.
Because today we've got Ashraf. Ashraf's a good friend, a brother from another partner. He has been practicing with us for the past 5 years.
5
Yes, yes.
Alhamdulillah, 5 years.
This isn't your first rodeo. You've been attending many, many different events. What's different about today?
What's different? I would say it's more investment focused, especially in terms of, let's say, whether you are a beginner, you are a seasoned investor, or even someone who qualify as an AI itself.
AI tu apa?
AI tu.
Boleh makan.
Good job, guys. AI stands for accredited investor. Yeah.
And what is an accredited investor? Why do all the people out there listening, why do they need to be an accredited investor?
Why do they need to be an accredited investor?
Tu apa?
Really?
Tu apa? Yes, accredited investor is AI. But what's that? How does that affect me, Ashraf?
Okay, so how does that affect you? I don't know, really.
Astaga. Okay, come. Kau pula explain.
Tak tahu, baru aku tanya.
Astaga. Too bad. Long story short, folks, an accredited investor, there are two definitions. The first definition is by income, which is more than 300,000 Sing dollars per year, or by net worth of more than 2.5 million in assets. So what does it mean to be an AI? Just because you earn a lot of money, just because you got a lot of assets, what does that mean? Being an accredited investor means you can access some very, very exotic investment instruments which normal people, the
Retail
common man,
people, retail people
cannot access.
Have.
The have people, the have. Now, why is this important? So, folks, for those of you who are looking for more exotic instruments with higher performance, with maybe a different asset allocation, or even accessing to different markets that normally retail investors can't access, you need to be an accredited investor.
So what are the platforms that is out there for the AI investors?
Oh, plenty. The first person you should talk to is me. Okay, quite frankly, there are quite a few platforms out there, from private banks to brokers like ourselves. There's even invitation-only events that accredited investors can access. But at the very least, you need to speak to somebody who knows about all these different, not just platforms, but different investments available. Because we have clients who have put in $250,000 into one particular asset class, and then in less than 5 years, they've doubled it.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's how an AI product can perform, but doesn't mean it's good for all of us, because I've also had a client, she put in $250,000, and then now guess how much she's left? Nada. No, true. No. She lost 60%. She's down to 87,000. So how like that?
I guess it boils down to your risk appetite.
Apa tu? I mean, we're at the Rizq Investment Festival. What's a risk appetite?
On a long term, on your end goals, on what you want to do with your investments, and the durations. Is it for your retirement? Is it just simply to growing your wealth? Am I right?
Betul? What's a risk appetite?
Oh, thank you. Okay, risk appetite is basically, I would say, it need to relate back to your whole objective and also your time horizon. Because once you have your objective right and your time horizon right, then you can match. Then whatever funds the person or the advisor is are doing for you, or the right allocation of assets for you, that will determine your risk profile. Whether you belong to a conservative profile, to a mid-conservative or moderate, or even a high aggressive risk taker.
Yeah, amazing.
typically, how long is the duration that we're looking at?
Depends. So let's talk about the two things that our gentleman mentioned. The first thing is, of course, risk appetite. How much risk can you take? You always hear things like, oh, stocks are very risky, bonds are very low risk. How about this? You talk about duration. We know that bonds give you maybe 3 to 4% per annum in returns, but imagine holding a bond or a bond fund for 20 years.
Wow.
Right? I mean, in our day job as financial consultants, I meet people who come to me, Afiq, my insurance agent sold me this ILP. I've been holding this bond fund for 20 years. Don't you have a similar story to share?
That's right, Afiq. I do have a similar story to share. It happened to my dad.
Tell us.
Okay, so my dad is, of course, don't really know much about investments, right? So basically, the agent just... This happened when I was just 6 years old.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's about 39 years old, technically at the peak of his career. Yeah, agent come to him, sell him a ILP fund that has it's called an income fund. Something to do. I can't mention names. It has income. It has the word income fund on it, right? So last month, about a month back, so we did a liquidation or rather surrender of the policy. He invested about 10K 27 years back.
Okay. 27 years ago, he hold this fund.
10K.
He's been holding for the past 27 years.
Yes.
He put in $10,000.
From
When he liquidated?
from his special account.
Uh-huh.
From his special account. And his special account give us how much? 4%. 4%, right? So when we liquidated, the final surrender value was 21,000.
Not bad, right? Hey, you think about it.
Oh,
I start
21,000.
with 10,000. After 27 years, I got 21,000. I more than doubled my money.
I forgot the word only.
Okay, so for those math nerds out there, let's do a quick calculation. 21,000 divided by 10,000 is 104, plus minus lah. When you divide that by 27 years, your rate of return is actually 2.5%-ish.
Which is lower than the CPF special account.
Yeah, so your dad would have been better just leaving it inside. Right?
Exactly.
And so that's the thing. So your time horizon, if we say we're going to hold for over 20 years and the thing gives us 3%, and I was being very conservative, this one gave 2.5%, you actually lose money to inflation. And so people say, yeah, but bonds are low risk. Yes, but your ultimate determinant of risk is your duration, your time horizon. And so I have met also people who come to me and say, hey, I'm young. I want high risk. Zul and I, we are only in our 20s. Okay, but I need this money in 5 years. I go all into stocks. And then after that, COVID happened.
Oh dear.
And he lost 30% and he lost everything. Then how? So ultimately, right, the two things come hand in hand. You can tell me that I can be low risk, I can be high risk, but that needs to be in the context of your duration, your time horizon. So short rule of thumb, folks, if you're listening right now, if you have a longer time horizon of 5, 10, 15 years and above, you want to increase your allocation to risky assets like stocks, equity funds. And if you're looking at lower and shorter time horizons, then you increase your allocation to lower risk bond funds. Okay? So your risk profile actually may not necessarily tell you anything, right? Not like Zul, if I tell you, bro, aku high risk, bro, what would you say?
Means no man lah.
It's a no man. We haven't heard that in so long. Okay, for those of you who don't know what is Minds No Man, you are way too young for this podcast.
I don't know also.
Oh my god, you're way too young. Yeah, Minds No Man, you can ask your parents. Long story short, it was a group of people who pull money together, and then that one person can use, and then the next month another person can use, and another person can use, around and around and around.
By the way, it's illegal in Singapore.
And haram from an Islamic perspective, by the way. Okay, but yeah, go and ask your parents about Sanoman. So Ashraf, if I come to you, hey bro, I got 20 years. I want to invest until when I'm 60. Now you all know how old I am. I want to invest till I'm 60. What would you tell me to do?
Okay, so Afiq, you are 20 years. You want to invest for 20 years? You have time horizon of 20 years?
Don't you dare mention my age.
You have until 60 years old, okay. Okay, Afiq, so I'd just like to check, may I know what's the objective for?
Hey, make money, bro. We are at the Rizq Investment Festival. I want to invest to make money.
Okay, so probably the next thing I'll ask is, what's your monthly budget?
No budget. Any amount will do.
Wow, okay.
Not AI yet.
Not yet, but not AI yet.
No budget,
Okay,
but not
okay.
AI.
Any I would say any long-term commitments like house, family. Are you single,
Oh my
married?
god, long term, children definitely long term, wife confirm long term, housing loan confirm long term. I think I am the long term liability also. How like that?
Okay. Thank you for sharing. I would say it all boils down to your objective. Okay, I need to really know what's the objective. I know you have
make money.
Make money. Okay, how much money you want to make then?
How much money I want to make? A lot lah. A lot lah. How many of you are feeling me right now? How many of you are feeling me right now? Like,
Okay,
you want
right
to make
now.
money, make as much as possible. But I don't want to lose money. I scared.
Whoa, don't want to lose money, you scared. Then I would say you work hard and keep your cash all inside a piggy bank.
Piggy bank. Piggy bank haram bro. Pig bro.
Okay, fine, under your bed then, under your pillow sheet. Then.
Inflation, bro.
How like that?
But then inflation, you can't take risks. It's really difficult.
Can. Never mind, can take risk one. I risk profile very high. I answer aggressive. How many of you have done something similar? You declare on your risk profile, super aggressive. Right? There's a reason I put this through this way. Because on all of the different investment platforms we see, they will ask you for your risk profile. And so for those of you who say, I naturally low risk, I put everything as 1. Which means if you're low risk, you cannot access the better performing assets. But then if you put everything high risk, then you open up the entire thing, but you don't understand how long you want to hold your investments for. That's why I say, for me, minimum, I said 20 years. That was the first thing I started with. Because that should be the first thing you start with. How long you want to invest for. If you tell me 5 years, great, we have a plan for that. You tell me 10 years, great, we have a plan for that. You tell me 20 years, we have a different plan for each of these. So understand your time horizon. And here at the Rizq Investment Festival, they're all about products, yes? Plenty of products and platforms like, investment platforms, gold platforms, even some insurance agencies are inside. But ultimately, before you even talk about all this, ask ourselves, how much time we have, how long we want to invest for. Yeah.
Remember, it's not about the product, but it's about what tool you can use to achieve that financial goal.
All right.
Yeah.
So for this episode, we're gonna come back for more. Dah. All right. We're recording. We're running, boss. Thank you for coming to the Rizq Investment Festival. Okay. For those of you who don't know, this is Tuan Datuk Paduka Nakhoda Admiral General. Panjang, I'm joking. Head of our wealth department and head of FAiWA, Mr. Sani Hamid. Tuan, all yours.
Oh, yep, okay.
What
am I supposed to say?
Tell us a little bit about what you do, how long you've been doing it, and why you started FAiWA.
Oh, okay. So it's probably about 10 years ago.
Only?
10 years ago, yes, time flies. So basically, there was a need for what we call an Islamic version of the so-called wealth advisory. Until then, we officially did not have a department within Financial Alliance dealing in that. And so I managed to convince the management to set up a department, a specific department within Financial Alliance that caters for our Muslim clients and deals basically solely with Sharia products and in all aspects, whether it's investment, insurance, estate planning and such. So today we have what we call dedicated resources at the corporate level that will help all our consultants, whether Muslims and non-Muslims, to then help them help their clients in managing their wealth in a Sharia-compliant manner.
Yeah. Thank you. That was amazing. Now, here's the thing. I've heard multiple times people come to us at FAiWA and they tell us we are the strictest of all in terms of doctrine. Care to comment?
Yes, when we first started, or when I first started this, one of the key things that I wanted and I was quite adamant in was to adopt, I won't say the strictest, but the correct, in my view, the correct way. And so we actually engage external Sharia advisor, Dr. Akram Laldin,
yes.
and Harun, who is an Ustad, yes. We appointed him as internal Sharia advisor. And so together, both of them, they were given the mandate. And as you know, in Singapore, not everything is Sharia compliant. Yes. We have a lot of situations where, for example, insurance and such, there's no takaful.
Yes.
Yeah, and so therefore, we have to make that decision on how to advise our clients. So that's where the Sharia advisors come in. And the mandate given to them was to adopt what is considered to be the best way. And to me,
what they have come up with may look strict, but at least to us, it doesn't cause any what we call was.
Yes, especially with terms like Muslim friendly, you know what I mean, no pork, no lard. I'm not too certain that, you know, when people give me an opinion that says, oh, I feel that this is Sharia compliant. I mean, we hear that a lot in the industry. And one of the criticisms we receive is, you're too strict. But
I think in matters of religion, especially for people like myself who I head the department, and even for our Sharia advisors, we are responsible at the end, and including the consultants are responsible at the end for what we actually provide our clients with, the solutions and the advice. And I think given this is a matter of religion, we want to err on the side of caution. But like I said, while people may say we are very strict, I don't think we are extremely strict, because, to be honest with you, if we were very strict, I've heard people saying you can't even take a conventional product unless it has a halal certification.
Yes.
We're not even saying that. We're saying you can, but under certain circumstances.
And I mean, today we've got more than enough Sharia compliant, certified plus CHOP investment instruments available for us to build a proper portfolio, right?
Yes, and that's a good point, because when we first started out, there weren't a lot. And we then adopted a principle whereby we could use conventional unit trusts, but we would actually calculate how much percentage of the holdings in that conventional unit trust were Sharia compliant, and we would choose the one with the highest amount. And almost immediately when Sharia compliant unit trusts were introduced, we stopped that practice.
Yeah, you don't need to, because you have the certified halal.
Yes.
Why not consume that?
Correct. So you can tell from that event itself, that experience itself, that we are very basically principled when it comes to adopting these things.
Yeah. So, long story short, as long as it's properly certified, there's a halal cert. Often, quite literally, there's a Sharia-compliant halal certificate. It tells us that this thing is compliant. We can invest without having to bother, like, oh, you know, I feel that this is not in a vice sector. This is just an opinion. It removes that doubt, right?
Exactly. It's very much like food.
Yeah.
So I think once you see the halal sign there, then basically you feel comfortable enough that this is, without any doubt, Sharia compliant, halal compliant.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what we're going to be talking about today at the Rizq Investment Festival. I want to thank you, boss, for coming on board today. Let us know what support you need, and we will be going around interviewing other people, and so we catch you again later.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks, boss.
Thank you.
Folks, we've come to the end of the Rizq Investment Festival, and I have the privilege, the honor, to be with the founder, co-founder,
Yes.
one of the main man, the myth, the legend, Ridhwaan.
Alhamdulillah. Thank
How
you.
long have you started iFSG and RiskX?
iFSG started in 2018 as a WhatsApp group turned into a Sharia advisory firm. And for Rizq is just reaching 1 year. So it was started in my university, NTU. Rizq. Yeah.
Okay, so biggest question, why?
Why? So first and foremost is because we were cultivated in Madrasah Junid as someone or as a person who needs to contribute back to the community. And I thought for myself, if my friends are doing it in the Usuluddin way or the normal Sharia way, why not I do it in a different way, finance or Sharia Islamic finance way? And yeah, that came about through the course Islamic finance.
And you do realize that this is a massive mission you've taken on.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, through this taking of the mission, as you mentioned it, we've met good people like such as yourself, Alhamdulillah, and other people, the stakeholders. We didn't even intend to meet them, nor do we expect to meet them, and then they come unexpectedly. I think it's a form of barakah.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. With the right mission, I mean, we're here to help the community. We're going to help all of you, inshallah, with halal investing, Sharia compliant instruments and products. And tell us a little bit about what RiskX wants to achieve.
Okay, Rizq is if I may introduce
Yes, please.
Rizq is a fintech platform that allows investors access to usually scattered and under-publicized public and private halal investments, giving returns ranging from 5% to north of 45%.
Ooh.
yeah, memorize that, true and true. So the why, right?
Yeah.
Why of Rizq is we know that there's not just the public investments such as the stocks, ETF, and mutual funds. There's also the private investments that people can consider to diversify as well as to improve their returns. So in case, let's say, the public investments are affected by maybe financial crisis or something, then at least their private investments are not affected. No, the correlation is not there.
Alhamdulillah. Well, that sounds amazing because, I mean, in a world where you only have a small handful of options available, as a Muslim, you guys are doing fantastic work, introducing more accessibility, more options available. And of course, when it comes to this, I mean, your mission to me is super aligned, help our community. What are your future plans for both iFSG as well as Rizq? What can we expect?
So at the end of the day, it's an ecosystem. So this is just the second stage of our plan. The first stage is the community, which is iFSG, and then there's the Sharia advisory that comes under iFSG. The second stage is the investment platform that Rizq comes in. The third stage that you want to do is a fund house, inshallah. Then the fourth stage is a bank, Islamic bank. So that's the ecosystem plan that we have. Maybe 5 years, maybe 3 years, maybe even
Tomorrow.
Next year. Okay, 1 year tomorrow, inshallah. But that's a 10-year plan.
Folks, Ridhwaan, he's a man on a mission.
Thank you.
I respect that mission. In fact, I fell in love with his mission when I first met him, and I've watched you grow. I've watched you grow iFSG. I've watched you grow Rizq.
Alhamdulillah.
You have my utmost support, 100%. We're going to help you with everything as much as you need. Let us know how we at Modern Muslim Finance, how we in the community can support you with iFSG, with Rizq. How can we as a community support you?
And I think we need to work together, definitely. There's not a silo way. Rather, we need to work collaboratively, and we are open to work collaboratively. Just, of course, based on how much we can exert in terms of effort. So that is definitely the difference that we have. I think in terms of the difference that we had from the previous generation, people working in silos. Now I think we're working collaboratively. That's why we have this festival, and yourself as well doing amazing work on Modern Muslim Finance.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you for the kind words. We just do small things. Okay, so we know what iFSG does. We know what Rizq does. What are some of your final words to the community when it comes to halal investing?
I think to those who have learned about halal investing, they shouldn't keep it to themselves. Rather, they should spread it wherever they can. I think it's a amanah as well as a sadaqah as well when you do teach people about halal investing. So every dollar that they do donate, it eventually brings back to you, right? So hopefully that is something that not just grows your wealth but also grows your spiritual needs.
Ameen, alhamdulillah, amazing. I want to thank you again for
so
having
much.
us today
Thank you
at the
for
Rizq
having
Investment Festival. Whatever help you need, me and my guys, me and the community, all of you, we're all behind you, wishing you all the best, supporting you in every way we can, and never forget, just ask us for help.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Alhamdulillah, thank you. All right, we'll see you at the next segment. That was an amazing day, man.
It was, alhamdulillah. Great crowd, great presenters. I'm sure everybody learned a lot and everybody got to network a lot. Yeah.
Who are some of the most interesting people you met, Asri?
Well, I actually found someone who just converted 3 months ago.
Wow.
Whoa! And then one thing to look for, Sharia-compliant investing.
To be honest, I don't know because I just spoke to him a couple of minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Follow up. See how we can help our new brother.
Inshallah.
What about you, Zul?
A lot of take homes for today. I think the different amount of platforms, the opportunities that we have, and the market that is screaming for halal Sharia compliance investment is in our face right now. So yeah, a lot of opportunities, and yeah, looking forward to a greater market out there.
It's crazy. This is one of many events being organized by iFSG. Inshallah, we'll be participating in the future ones as
Inshallah.
well. And for all of you listeners today, all of our viewers, our audience, hey, just remember, we're here to help. We are here to help you achieve all of your financial goals, inshallah, in the most halal way possible. My name is Afiq from Modern Muslim Finance.
I'm Asri from Modern Muslim Finance.
And I'm Zulkifli from Modern Muslim Finance.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We'll see you at the next episode.
See ya.